Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Fran, and today I'd like to talk about reality shifting and quantum jumping. So, a few weeks ago, I got stuck on the motorway on the way to work, and prior to that, there was also a diversion as they'd blocked off the entrance at the junction I should have joined. So, I switched on the GPS to find out whether I had to call work and let them know that I wouldn't be able to get there on time. The GPS gave me an hour to my estimated time of arrival, which was double what it should have taken on a normal day. Still, I should have made it on time, so I made the decision not to call work. But as I got closer to work, the time of arrival kept changing quite drastically, not just by a few minutes, but by half an hour at a time. So I started monitoring the GPS and noticed that the time of arrival would keep skipping up and down, not increasing in a smooth, gradual fashion as you would expect, but drastically changing from 1 minute to the next. First, it got shorter, then decreased by 20 minutes in one go, and then increased by 35 minutes in one go. At one point, I tried to distract myself as I saw no point in getting worked up and stressed out when I couldn't really physically control the situation other than go with the traffic. Now, the one I was following was the quickest route to work from where I was right now, in spite of the heavy traffic. So there's nothing else I could have done at that point, like physically. So to try and stay calm, I visualized arriving at work on time and even with a few minutes to spare. Yet, I was still afraid that I might not make it. As I looked at the GPS, the estimated time of arrival reduced by 15 minutes in one go after that one thought. I was quite surprised by the coincidence and a little bit shocked. Then, within 5 minutes of thinking this, the time of arrival jumped up by 25 minutes. I'd never seen anything like it. As the estimated time of arrival kept jumping up and down, it reminded me of quantum physics, quantum leaps to be more precise. I thought of electrons which, far from moving in a smooth fashion and like a circular motion around the nucleus of the atom as they were previously described, they actually move up and down the energy levels of chemical elements in jumps or quantum leaps when they gather enough energy to rise up to the next energy level, or when they disperse or lose enough energy to jump down one level. What happens to the electron between the two stages or the two phases is anyone's guess. It may be anywhere in the universe. But we are so used to seeing reality as fixed, stable, and predictable that we forget that the continuity that we see and perceive is merely an illusion created by our limited five senses in this 3D reality. There is no continuity in reality, only a sequence of jumps between states. We, with our five senses, fill in the blanks in between and make up a fluid and continuous story about the journey of that electron. We imagine that if it has gone from point A to point C, then it must have passed through point B. In actual facts, quantum mechanics tells us that subatomic particles move from here to there without crossing the space in between. 3D space is a construction of our limited mind. So the sudden changes to the estimated time of arrival on my GPS also reminded me of the fact that the GPS, that GPS, which was ironically developed thanks to quantum physics, has a mere predictive value. It gives you a probability. The prediction is unstable and uncertain, and it can change at any point in time. As you just get a probability. There is no assurance, no guarantee that that is going to be your actual time of arrival. It is merely an indicative time of arrival, as things stand at this very moment in time. A probability is the best that GPS can do. And as you approach your destination, your estimate gets more and more accurate as there are fewer variables in the intervening space-time. In the example above, the GPS cannot predict people's sudden decisions to change route, to stop, to join the traffic. It cannot predict upcoming accidents or breakdowns, nor the time it will take rescue services to get to the scene and remove obstructions from the road. The same goes for quantum physics. All the variables are already there, existing somewhere, but the quantum field cannot predict what your consciousness will choose to observe or how you will decide to observe some things. That is why, as Neville Goddard liked to say, creation is already finished. However, experience is not. You don't create anything new with your observation and experience. You simply choose which reality to experience. In the same way that the GPS is not creating new routes or building new roads, it's simply observing the available options and picking the best, quickest, and shortest route at present and estimating the time of arrival. I repeat, it's a mere estimate because there is a degree of unpredictability which is built into the fabric of reality. This unpredictability or uncertainty, as Heisenberg would call it, is not due to the quality of the GPS. Rather, it's built into the fabric of reality and directly linked to your free will. We see, we have the power to choose what route to take, what journey to experience. And this makes life as we know it beautiful, exciting, and also inevitably uncertain. And although creation is already finished and all the roads are already built, within that framework, we still retain a modicum of freedom of choice. Perhaps we cannot access all possible variables, just the ones closest to us. To use quantum mechanical vocabulary, we can only quantum leap to adjacent energy levels. Yet, even within those limitations, inherent to our physical 3D, we can still make impressive quantum jumps. Now, the sudden jumps of the estimated time of arrival on the GPS reminded me of quantum leaps between different energy levels and even between parallel realities. As your perception of reality shifts imperceptibly, so does your experience. You can literally jump from one reality to the next without crossing the space in between. Consciousness is your vehicle, your space-time machine. But as most of our perceptions are unconscious, it may take more than a little effort to reprogram our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, expectations, and beliefs. To go back to my journey to work, at one point it looked absolutely hopeless. At that very moment, I seriously considered calling the office and letting them know that I wouldn't be able to make it on time and advise them to make alternative arrangements. And at that very point, a huge sense of relief. I felt like my whole body relaxed. And I released all resistance and fear of not making it. I felt all tension leave my body at once. And I simply let go. After all, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't make it on time. At that very moment, the traffic suddenly started moving again. The speed limit was removed from the digital screens and the motorway became empty. 20 minutes later, I was at work with a few minutes to spare. So the similarity with the teachings of the law of assumption struck me as odd, as it was so obvious. It was like a live, real-time demo of how it works and how our perception of what is real, predictable, or even possible is not even scratching the surface. You see, we need to let go of our need to know how we will move from A to C. We need to let go of B, so to speak. We need to let go of our linear space-time paradigm and think in terms of energy levels and quantum leaps. Perhaps, like electrons, we can jump from one energy level to the next, and maybe we can only leap to adjacent energy levels, as a massive jump would require a massive amount of energy. So it may be that we start with small leaps or baby steps until we master the skill of deliberately shifting from one experience of reality to the next. Yet, these tiny steps can represent huge shifts on the 3D scale of things, huge shifts in reality experience, and literally transform our life. So, uncertainty is inevitable in life. It's built into the fabric of the universe because only an uncertain and flexible universe can allow our consciousness to choose what to experience. Only an uncertain and flexible, malleable universe can allow for free will. A completely predictable universe may feel safe, yet it wouldn't allow you to choose the nature of your experience. The reason that we cannot predict the future, but only get a probability of what might happen given our present position, energy level, awareness, or whatever you want to call it, is because at any point we have the ability to shift our awareness or leap to an adjacent experience of reality. In other words, the uncertainty is not due to our ignorance of all possible variables. Rather, it's caused by the malleable and flexible nature of reality, which changes as it's being observed. And this works for the future as well as the past, as at the subatomic level, there is no arrow of time. Electrons and positrons are the same particle moving in opposite directions of time. Reality creation is a little bit like making your way to work. You enter your final destination into the GPS and trust that it will show you the quickest, best way to get there. You don't know what route you will take, nor how long exactly it will take you to get there, nor what other drivers will choose to do. All you know is that provided you've entered the desired destination, the GPS will take you there in the shortest possible time. So, the only way to predict our future is to observe it before it happens. Once you have impressed your subconscious mind, it will choose the quickest path to your desired destination. Of course, if you impress your subconscious mind with fears and worries, it will also take you there. As the subconscious mind does not know the difference between desired and undesired, good or bad, wanted or unwanted, it just knows how to get you quickly to the destination that you've entered. Now, if you don't exactly know where you want to go, you can simply focus on the feeling you would like to feel when you get there. Say you don't know if a relationship or career choice or anything else for that matter is the best option for you. You still know how you would like to feel when you get to your desired destination. In the case of my worry about not being able to get to work on time, I wanted to feel relaxed, at peace, knowing that it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't make it on time. And that either way, a solution would be found. And as soon as I felt that way, reality followed. Sometimes simply releasing the illusion of control, simply accepting that we are not in control of our physical reality and letting go is sufficient to produce a massive shift in energy and to quantum leap us to the next energy level or parallel reality, if you will. So this is it for today. If you found this content helpful, interesting, or thought-provoking, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell option if you'd like to be notified of my future videos and podcasts. I intend that this content helps you become aware of when to focus of your attention on, and when the focus of your attention is misaligned or misdirected. I intend that it helps you master the skill to redirect it at will and to shift to your desired version of reality more and more regularly, more and more often, until it becomes your default setting and your life starts mirroring your wildest dreams. In any case, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful, magical, awakened life.